Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Dinosaur Island. Today, we start with Carney. Carney is in a rather unfamiliar place on the island today. Now, back when this island was more than just a wildlife preserve, we would of course study the dinosaurs recreated by John Hammond. They were truly extraordinary at that time, unlike nothing we've seen before. So on the island, we created 11 facilities for all of this studying. You've seen Facility 08 already, but today we are at something called Facility 03. Facility 03 was mainly an outdoor laboratory where we would experiment on drugs that were compatible with dinosaurs. Drugs like sedatives and things like that, as this was before the opening of Jurassic World. So, if there was an incident there, we had to figure out what drugs were compatible with these animals. But now that this project has been defunded, it is just sitting here, dormant. Most dinosaurs like to come over here. As you can see, there's hay down here, which they love to lay on, as Carney demonstrates right here. As Carney lays down, resting, someone seems to want to join him. It's of course Carney's best friend, Mono, the Monoophosaurus. This is the perfect scene. Two dinosaurs relaxing on a warm summer morning. Until, of course, something starts to go wrong. There's a huge rumble in the distance, which makes Carney jolt awake. It also draws concern to Mono. Carney walks into the direction of the rumbling, wanting to see what all the commotion's about. And Mono decides to follow. As Carney bounds ahead, they get to a more grassy area. Nothing seems out of the ordinary, yet, as Carney glances around. About 200 feet away, there's a sprawled out Diplodocus. It roars and tries to shimmy onto its back, with no success. Until a huge foot slams onto its chest. It roars out in pain. The sad thing about this is, this Diplodocus is none other than Dippy, a dinosaur that's been on the show for over a year. Whatever knocked him down presumes to be this huge creature. It's none other than a huge adult female Tyrannosaurus Rex. Carney hates to see something like this happen, and so does Mono, seeing a defenseless creature being crushed against the weight of something much more powerful. It's understandably sickening. Mono feels helpless, as he knows he isn't the most strongest or the most largest dinosaur on the island. Carney knows that as well, but he is one brave dinosaur. And even though you could call this just normal tendencies of the natural order, this T-Rex seems to be getting a kick out of this. It hasn't even killed Dippy. She's just letting him sit there and die. She hasn't even taken a bite out of him yet. Suddenly, Carney charges. Mono always follows his best friend into any battle, but this one, he's frozen with hesitation. Carney gets a good ram in before moving back. As we all know, Carney's very light on his feet and very lean. The female T-Rex springs up and runs after Carney. As it gets close enough, it seems to die. Carney just narrowly misses the dive, jumping into the tall grass. Carney is obviously playing the long game, and the female T-Rex, who we shall call Iron, is feeling quite humorous today. Carney stands tall, enduring whatever is about to happen, as Iron springs into action again. Carney's able to swiftly move, but gets his leg caught in the tall grass. Iron sees this as an opening and moves. She chomps at Carney. He untangles his leg and gets a tail whip in before running. Iron is now enraged, fully charging at Carney. Carney keeps running, but since Iron has longer legs, she can easily reach him. She's almost gaining on him, until Carney dives over Dippy, taking a rough fall. Though Carney underestimates Iron, she jumps over Dippy as well, and is able to slam into Carney, pinning him under her huge foot. Back to Mono. He's still frozen in hesitation and fear. But right now, his friend's life is at risk. He needs to form a distraction. Iron hears Mono and immediately runs over. The distraction has worked. Now, it's time to run. Carney's able to shoot up and run after. He's able to ram into Iron's side. Mono turns around to see what just happened. And as Iron is on the floor, Carney goes in for another ram. But she's able to kick him right in the face and then spring up. Iron looks between Mono and Carney. And Mono, he starts to get confused, not knowing what's going on and not knowing who she's gonna go for. Iron quickly puts the pieces together and realizes that this is supposed to be a distraction. As she looks back at Mono, she sees that he is smaller and probably way slower than Carney is. So, she runs. As she runs at Mono, he is still frozen. As he starts to run, it's already too late. As Carney gets up, he sees what's going on and sees that Iron is super close to gaining on Mono. So, he immediately runs. But already, Mono roars in pain. The impact of Iron's huge foot broke his leg and his spine. Carney sees this, and his instinct is to freeze. But if anything, he starts to run faster. Iron leans down. And Iron just completely swallowed Mono whole. This instantly makes Carney skid to a halt. Mono, who's been Carney's best friend since the beginning of the show, is dead. Carney rams into Iron's side, sending her skidding across the dirt. Carney rams her again, and again, and then bites onto her snout. His thrashing makes Iron move violently against the dirt. But she's able to push against him, and then she rams him. Carney moves to get up. But Iron now has him pinned under her teeth. But she moves her jaw, and instead chomps on one of Carney's arms. And she thrashes and bites more and more. His arm rips off. In one tear. Carney roars in pain, collapsing back onto the ground. But Iron isn't done with him yet. She sweeps him with her head, making him fly across the dirt. With that last action, Iron finally surrenders. After the fight, Carney is battered, covered in dirt, without an arm and without a friend. He finally stumbles to his feet. It's hard for him to stand. He's losing blood very fast, and he's very weak. Before he leaves as well, he quickly moves to Dippy, who is still alive. Carney fought so hard to protect him, but before he goes down, he needs to help Dippy. Dippy lets out a roar. And Carney realizes something. Carney fought so hard to protect Dippy from Iron. He lost his arm and his friend in the process. But Dippy, he's basically already dead. He tried to help him from Iron, to save and protect him. But now that the threat is gone, there's a new threat. A threat that's been there all along. There's no way Dippy will be able to get up. If a sauropod like him falls, it's basically death. The best thing to do is put him out of its misery. And as Carney realizes that, he feels that the roles are reversed. He just saw his friend get killed and now he's got to kill a helpless animal? It doesn't feel right, but in a few ways, it is. And with one powerful stomp, Dippy is dead. People feel that now that dinosaurs are back, they're just wild animals, and only rely on pure instinct, not intelligence. But us, at Dinosaur Island, we think that Carney, right here, is the best example that all animals don't just rely on pure instinct. They have thoughts and feelings, just like us humans. Thank you for watching this episode of Dinosaur Island. We'll see you all next time.